You know that moment, you step into a room, maybe even after a recent shower, and that little voice in the back of your head whispers, am I, totally fresh?
Oh, yeah, that little seed of doubt. It's definitely a universal thing, wondering if you're, smelling your absolute best.
It really is. And what's fascinating is, like, often it's not because you're not trying, right? It's down to these super common habits, things we barely even register.
Exactly. Things that seem minor, but they can add up. We're talking tiny tweaks that actually make a pretty big difference.
Totally. And that's what we're diving into today. We've been looking at some really interesting stuff to uncover, like 10 of these hygiene habits that often get missed. The ones that could be the sneaky reason you're not feeling quite as confident.
Yeah.
So our mission here is basically to arm you, the listener, with the know-how to sidestep these common pitfalls. Make sure you're always putting your best foot forward and freshest foot forward, I guess.
Yeah. Freshest is key here. And these are definitely things that can slip by, even if you feel like you've got a solid routine down. It's about refining,
Right, fine-tuning those everyday things. Okay, so let's jump in. Number one, are you really washing and rinsing properly? Like, think about your last shower. How long did you actually spend, scrubbing?
It's so easy to rush, isn't it? Especially mornings. You think
Yeah.
you've done a decent job, but maybe it was just kind of superficial.
Exactly. If you're proud of your 2-minute shower power through, some of the info we looked at suggests you might be leaving, well, quite a bit behind. Sweat, oils, bacteria, the stuff that actually causes odor. A quick soap swipe just doesn't really cut it.
And it's not just the scrubbing part either. The rinsing, that's just as vital, maybe even more overlooked if you leave soap or body wash residue.
Oh, right?
Yeah, it kind of acts like a magnet for dirt later on. Then you sweat, it mixes, and you can get irritation or, yeah, that smell you were trying to wash away in the first place.
Oh, so you're basically creating like a sticky layer for later.
Mhm.
Not ideal.
Not at all.
So the advice here, it's pretty straightforward, but really important. Slow down a bit in there, get a proper lather, scrub everywhere, the spots you sometimes miss, and then, this is the key bit, rinse like you mean it until the water runs totally clear.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. It's about being a bit more mindful, even in the shower.
Okay, on to number two.
Mm-hmm.
This one's relatable, I think. Re-wearing clothes. Come on, be honest. Who hasn't grabbed a shirt from the worn once and seems okay pile?
Oh, definitely. The chair drobe pile. It's tempting, especially when laundry day feels miles away. But what you can't see can still be there.
Totally. Even if it looks clean, smells okay to you.
Mm-hmm.
Fabric holds onto sweat, oils, those odor molecules, it just does.
And certain things make it worse, right? Like tight clothes or synthetic fabrics, they don't breathe well, so they just trap everything.
Exactly. And the biggest culprits we saw mentioned, underwear, socks, definitely workout gear, like re-wearing those without washing. That's basically just putting the odor source right back on your clean skin.
Yeah, it kind of defeats the purpose of the shower you just took.
It really does. And the thing is, even if you can't smell it anymore, maybe you've gone nose blind to it, others might, a genuinely clean outfit makes a huge difference to how you're perceived.
It's true. That freshness counts. Okay, so number 3, skipping deodorant, or maybe using one that just isn't quite up to the job.
Ah, yes. This is a big one. There's a difference between just like covering up a smell and actually stopping it from starting. Right.
Exactly. Some people might skip it thinking they don't need it, or they try natural options, which are great for some, but maybe just don't have the staying power for others.
Right. And the relatable picture painted was, you feel fine leaving the house, but by lunchtime, maybe not so much. That scent starts to creep in.
That's the classic sign, isn't it? If you can smell yourself during the day, your current plan probably isn't working as well as you need it to.
So what's the fix? Maybe upgrading your deodorant, or if you sweat a lot, maybe looking into an antiperspirant.
Yeah, that's the suggestion. Deodorants mostly handle the bacteria side of things, neutralize the odor. Antiperspirants actually reduce the amount you sweat by temporarily blocking the glands.
So it's about finding what works for you, your specific body chemistry, not just what's trendy or what your friend uses.
Precisely. It's personal. Gotta experiment a little sometimes.
Okay, number 4, not washing your hair often enough. Your hair might look fine, maybe you've got great dry shampoo skills, but what about your actual scalp?
Yeah, the scalp often gets forgotten in the does it look clean assessment. But you've got oil glands, sweat glands, product buildup. It all mixes together up there.
And that mix can definitely start to smell, well, not great, especially if you wear hats a lot, trapping all that heat and moisture, or if you just naturally sweat more.
Mm-hmm. And you hear about training your scalp to need less washing, which might work for some people, sure, but if you're noticing an off smell, that's kind of your scalp telling you the current routine isn't quite cutting it.
That's a good point. Listen to the smell.
Hmm?
So maybe wash a bit more often. Or definitely use that dry shampoo strategically between washes to soak up oil and freshen things up.
Right. Pay attention to those signals your body sends.
Okay, number 5. This one might surprise some people. Neglecting the belly button.
Ah, the navel. It's like a tiny little pocket, isn't it? And it's amazing what can collect in there.
Seriously, sweat, oil, dead skin cells, even lint from your clothes, it all finds its way in. And if you're not actively cleaning it, yeah, it can get a bit funky.
It's definitely an easy spot to just swipe over in the shower without really thinking about it.
But the fix is super simple, right? Just a gentle clean with your washcloth, maybe a cotton swab if needed, gets rid of the buildup.
Exactly. But here's the crucial bit we saw emphasized. Dry it properly afterwards. Don't leave it damp in there.
Oh, good point. Because dampness means,
Bacteria growth.
yeah.
Which leads back to odor, potentially irritation too. So yeah, clean it, then dry it thoroughly. A little detail, big impact.
Okay, moving down the body, number 6, overlooking foot hygiene.
Our poor feet. They work hard, get stuffed into shoes, and often don't get the detailed cleaning they need, and boy, can they get smelly.
Oh, yeah. Think about it. Dry, cracked skin sometimes, sweat, socks, closed shoes. It's basically a 5-star resort for odor-causing bacteria.
Yeah.
And even fungus can start that way.
Definitely. So the practical steps are key here. Don't just rinse them. Actively wash between the toes. That's prime real estate for moisture and bacteria.
Right, get in there. And exfoliation helps too, to get rid of that dead skin.
Yeah, removing the dead skin reduces the food for bacteria. And keeping toenails trimmed helps prevent buildup underneath. Plus, think about your shoes.
Airing them out.
Absolutely. Let them dry completely. Rotate pairs if you can. Don't just wear the same damp shoes day after day. Give them a break.
Makes total sense. Treat the feet and the shoes. Okay, number 7 is about the mouth, but maybe a part we forget. Cleaning your tongue.
We're usually good about brushing teeth, maybe flossing, but the tongue, it's like a carpet for bacteria.
Ew, okay. So, skipping the tongue means leaving behind a major source of bad breath.
Pretty much. You know that whitish coating you sometimes see? That's basically bacteria having a party.
Right, and the fix is quick.
Super quick. Just gently brush your tongue when you brush your teeth. Or use a tongue scraper, they're really effective. Takes seconds.
And that makes a real difference to overall breath freshness, not just masking it.
Huge difference. Tackles the source right there on the tongue.
Gotcha. Okay, number 8. Something we use every day after being clean. Reusing towels for too long?
Ah, the trusty towel. It absorbs water, yes, but also dead skin, sweat residue, bacteria, everything you just washed off.
So if you keep reusing it,
Yeah,
you're just wiping that stuff back onto your clean skin.
essentially, yeah. Some of the info we saw called it drying off with a germ sponge.
Oh, wow. Okay, that paints a picture. Explains why you might not feel fresh for long after showering if your towel isn't clean.
Exactly. So the general guideline seems to be wash them every, say, 3 or 4 uses. Maybe more if it's really humid where you live or it doesn't dry well.
And drying properly between uses is key too, right? Not leaving it in a damp heap.
Crucial. Hang it up properly, spread it out so air can circulate. A dry towel is less hospitable to bacteria and that musty smell.
Good tip. Okay, number 9. This one's maybe a bit more personal. Body hair grooming, specifically in sweat-prone areas.
Right. Think underarms, groin area, maybe chest for some people. Hair in these spots can basically trap sweat.
How does that work exactly?
Well, the moisture clings to the hair shafts, creates this sort of humid little microclimate right next to the skin, perfect for bacteria to multiply.
Okay, so more hair equals more surface area for sweat and bacteria to hang out.
Pretty much. And if the hair is longer or denser, it can make it harder for soap and deodorant to actually reach the skin effectively. This can lead to a stronger odor that's tougher to manage.
So the suggestion isn't necessarily to go completely bare, unless you want to, but just keeping things tidier.
Exactly. Trimming the hair reduces that surface area, allows better airflow, lets your products work better, less hair, less place for odor to really build up.
Makes sense. Less habitat for the funky stuff.
Precise.
All right, last one. Number 10. This is an interesting one. Wearing fragrances that actually clash with your own natural scent.
Yeah, this touches on how unique we all are. Our body chemistry, genetics, diet, hormones creates a personal scent signature. And not every perfume or cologne is going to smell good with that signature.
So something could smell amazing in the bottles or on a friend.
But on you, when it mixes with your oils and your natural scent, it could turn into something, well, kind of sharp or unpleasant.
Right, like instead of smelling good, it smells off. A scent clash.
Exactly, which is why the advice is so important. Test fragrances on your skin, wear them for a few hours, see how they evolve throughout the day with your chemistry.
Don't just spray it on a card in the store.
Definitely not. And sometimes, maybe a lighter, cleaner, more neutral scent works better for some people than something really heavy or complex. The goal is to complement your natural scent, not fight with it or completely overwhelm it.
Find harmony, not a scent war.
That's a good way to put it.
Okay, so, wow, 10 things. Looking back, it feels like a lot of these are things people could easily be doing
Right.
without even, realizing they might be contributing to not feeling their freshest.
Oh, absolutely. These are super common oversights. And the good news is they're mostly really easy fixes, right? Just small tweaks to your routine.
Exactly. And now you know about them.
Yes.
So you're totally equipped to make those little adjustments and feel, hopefully, fresher and way more confident day to day. It's really about just paying a bit more attention to the details.
Which kind of leads to a final thought for everyone listening. Thinking about all this, what's maybe one small change you could realistically make to your routine starting, like tomorrow? And just notice. See what impact it has on how fresh you feel.
That's a great takeaway. Definitely something to mull over. And hey, if you want more healthy inspirations and insights like these, things to help you feel your absolute best, make sure you subscribed.
Yeah, definitely do.
Here's to staying fresh, feeling confident, and definitely not being that person who makes people subtly back away.